Hello, everyone. Blessings and welcome back to my channel. To the people that came with positive intent, know it's going to be used for something positive. And to the people that came with negative intent, know it's also going to be used for something positive. Before I actually get started on my show today, I actually just got this really cool verse, this Bible verse, um, from someone who sends me Bible verses from time to time. I wanted to read it for you guys. It's Matthew 6:19-21 in the New King James Version. It says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." I just found that, I thought that was fire personally. So that's that. Um, Today we're going to do a continuation of my 360 Degrees of Astrology series. In my last video, I covered, I believe it was Capricorn, 0 to 29 degrees. In this video, I'm going to be covering Aquarius, 0 to 29 degrees. Um, I pray that everybody's in good health and everybody's doing well as far as their mental health and as far as their dieting goes and things of that nature. So let's get started. 0 degrees Aquarius. A wreath of laurel is hanging at the junction of two crossed swords. 1 degrees Aquarius. A man with two birds resting on his hands is seated at his desk with an open book, a pair of compasses, and an hourglass. 2 degrees Aquarius. While a woman sits and cries desperately near a house falling into ruins, her companion picks up his hand, leaning on a solid staff, resolutely heads towards the light shining further down the path. 3 degrees Aquarius. A wealthy man in a lavish costume climbs the first steps of a staircase leading to a palace. 4 degrees Aquarius. A young woman with a crown of flowers on her head admires her reflection in the water. Painting and sculpture tools are scattered here and there. 5 degrees Aquarius. An archer stands in a meadow. An archer standing in a meadow aims his arrow at the sun without paying attention to the flames burning the grass near him. 6 degrees Aquarius. A man wearing a military uniform and wielding a sword hits his target, a brand doll hanging on the wall. 7 degrees Aquarius. In the middle of an open arena, a lion sits, impassive and proud, in front of a man who offers a mutton head in one hand and holds a chain in the other. 8 degrees Aquarius. On a rock split into two, on a rock split into two by a lightning strike, a man carries another man on his back. 9 degrees Aquarius. A man walks normally, although his head and one of his hands seem separate from his arm and his body. 10 degrees Aquarius. Two armed cavalrymen ride their horse with poise, while two others compete against one another. 11 degrees Aquarius. Two bulls butt heads at the edge of a precipice. 12 degrees Aquarius. An infuriated lion struggles against the bars of his cage. 13 degrees Aquarius. A man stands in front of a broken bridge in a raging torrent. 14 degrees Aquarius. A blacksmith goes out of his forge holding a torch which is burning with a big flame. 15 degrees Aquarius. A boat sets sail at full speed toward the sun rising on the horizon. While on the shore, two men riding a unicorn and a sea dragon are watching the boat set sail. 16 degrees Aquarius. A man lies on a daybed in front of his house under the worried gaze of a young boy. In a nearby field, workers go on about their business. 17 degrees Aquarius. A woman cowers on her stool under a tree in which an owl is perched. 18 degrees Aquarius. A man rushes to the rescue of another man who clings to a wrecked boat sinking into the sea. 19 degrees Aquarius. In the street, a man shows a newspaper featuring human rights on the front page, a priest preaching in a church. 20 degrees Aquarius. In a desert, a camel and a turtle progress side by side. Further down, a camel sits and lets the turtle climb up on its back. That's what's up. 21 degrees Aquarius. A furious bull tramples a dog. A man examines a corpse. 22 degrees Aquarius. A team of dogs pull a carriage loaded with bottles of milk. By the river, a family of beavers build a dam. 23 degrees Aquarius. A frail and elegant man is seated in a tree with an open book in his hand. Instead of reading, he observes a lily with a but unbroken stem. 24 degrees Aquarius. An infuriated man brandishes a dagger. Behind him, there is an austere building with bars on the windows. A hand keeps the main door ajar. 25 degrees Aquarius. A personage surrounded by a halo of light walks towards a blindfolded man who heads for an abyss. 26 degrees Aquarius. In a park surrounded by high walls, an imposing mansion has its gates wide open. 27 degrees Aquarius. A man sips a glass of wine near a table loaded with bottles, cards, and dice. 28 degrees Aquarius. A man sleeps on a haystack while laborers harvest a field. And finally, 29 degrees Aquarius. A man wearing a crown and an ermine coat walks towards the scepter and the globe, which seem to be awaiting him on the throne. So again, blessings. I hope everybody's doing okay, is in good health, and is, thinking positive thoughts. If not, positive. Now you got it now. Have an amazing day, everyone. I'll see you guys later.